Yo, yo, yo. All right, let's get this started. Let's jump right in. Let's see. What's up, guys? Chris Ips1. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Live Vibe 400 and... God, what was it, 446? Sorry, guys. I'm getting my numbers mixed all around here. I think it's 446. Let me turn this down a little bit. Dude, we're going to talk Stranger Things, bro. It's been a week. It's been a week since the finale. When I streamed it live, bro, I was like, I wasn't too like wowed away until we started discussing it afterwards. We stayed about an hour after the finale. We were talking about it, and yes, I enjoyed it even more. Like, it was awesome. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I think the finale was perfect. I thought the finale was perfect the way it is. Why? In due time. Yes, there's plot holes. Yes, like, did that happen? Are we going to insinuate? There's a lot of holes in it, guys. But I can understand if you are someone, let's just say, you got into Stranger Things by season 3. You're a casual fan. You don't, I can see how you can just be, yeah, that ending sucked, bro. That ending sucked. But if you were someone who watched it from day one, and watched every season. Dude, I've watched the whole series play through at least 10 times, dude. At least 10 times. It was something that, it was kind of like a comfort show to me. If I'm working or doing work or I'm in the living room, fuck it, pop up some Stranger Things. And it's a vibe. It's a vibe. And after the finale, dude, I went to my living room. I replayed it and actually listened to the dialogue. Actually listen to every scene and everything connected. Like, the more I watched it, the more it made sense. Yes, the more I watched it, the more like, hey, what happened here? What happened there? I get it. But this past week has been fun. I've been busy with work and shit and doing this and that, but like, when I'm home and I see this Conformity Gate. If you guys know what Conformity Gate, it's basically the Stranger Thing fandom has basically turned into Joyce from season 1. When Hopper's talking to Joyce, there's 99% chance that he comes back, or he goes, or what about that 1%? What about that, like, fucking everyone, dude? So the Conformity Gate is basically meaning, hey, man, there's plot holes, and there's going to be a 9th episode. There's going to be a 9th episode, and it's going to premiere today, January 7th, right? And seeing the cope, bro, that's all it is, bro. It's coping. And this is why I think the Duffer Brothers did such a good job leaving it open-ended. First off, they inceptioned us, bro. If you haven't seen Inception and knows what happens in the end of Inception, fucking, it's an open-ended shit, which I don't like. I don't like this open-endedness. Do I think 11 died? Yes. Honestly, like, if she didn't die, then everything is basically fucking meaningless, right? But there's some questions that we're going to be asked here. I'm going to pack me a freaking dipski. I want to know, listen, man, I want to get the hate out of the way. I want to talk about what I did not like from the finale. And, dude, like, I'm giving this finale a 10 out of 10. Basically, by the way it moved me. I wasn't looking at a single episode. I was looking at how they're going to close everything as a whole. I'm going back from season 1 to see and give me some freaking closure, man. But if you watched it, what did you not like about it? What did you not like? And this is open to discussion. This is all we're going to be vibing tonight, basically, guys. Guys, if you haven't done so already, do me a favor and drop a like in the video. We're just going to be talking Stranger Things, what we liked, what we disliked. And at the end of the day, bro, it's fucking over. And Hopper kind of explained it perfectly to Will in that bench. You can either go down this way, you can, And for me, like, the ending was so awesome, dude. For me, the way I saw the ending was when Mike was explaining, I want to believe. Brother, This is a dude for 18 months. His whatever girlfriend, Elle, is gone, right? He spent 18 months. He's in the darkness of the soul, bro. And for him, a way to continue and to live his life is that he has to believe this is true. This is true. If not, he wouldn't be able to continue. It's crazy, man, though, but it's crazy. What's up, United? What's up, Daniel? How you guys doing, dude? What's up, United? What up, dude? Justin, how's it going, bro? How's it going? Charles, I am heartbroken. Why are you heartbroken? Did you want another episode, Charles? So many unanswered plot holes. And that's the thing, bro. How are you going to wrap 5 seasons into 2 hours? You know what I mean? I thought it would have been cool if, like, after, by the way, when the bomb went off and the Upside Down was being destroyed, bro, that cinematic CGI, it looked really cool. But what if that finale would have ended that way? Or let's just call it episode 8, right? Would it ended, and then we don't know if Elle's alive or whatever, and then maybe it should have been some closure. It was really weird seeing, like, 40 minutes in, Vecna's dead, and then it's all slow pace. You know what I mean? It got a little weird. I just got confirmed it will come out at midnight. At midnight, what? Eastern time? Eastern time? You still think there's going to be a 9th episode? Brother, if there was a 9th episode, first off, this Conformity gave people who have been following it, like, there's a lot of traction on it. But if you're going to launch a 9th episode, think of the marketing you need. If they put the final episode in theaters, this episode 8, you really think they're going to launch a 9th episode without marketing it? I don't know. Is there another episode? Oliver, there isn't. There is no new episode, bro. I think we all have to accept the fact that that was the ending. And I love the ending, bro. Most of the... Dude, it's like... What happened to Vic? And I was like that too, right? What happened to Mr. Clark or Erica or all that? Dude, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. That final scene was dope as shit. That final scene was perfect. I like Mike describing indirectly what Lucas and Max are going to be doing. I thought it was really cool that, you know, that Dustin, you know, he's out doing his studies and he still finds time to go on adventures, and he walks out of that university or whatever, and it's Steve. Remember Steve talking about to Nancy he wanted to get a camper, right, with his 6 nuggets. But no, it was Dustin running to Steve, and Steve's out there in the parking lot with his camper, and they're continuing to go on adventures. I think the saddest fucking thing about Stranger Things is fucking Mike, bro. Mike lost Elle the same way twice, bro. At the end of season 1 and at the end of season 5. Mike is just gonna be one of those fucking people locked in a damn cabin, unable to process shit, and is just gonna become a writer, bro. Writers are very depressed people, dude. I'm not a writer, but writers are really depressed people. Agreed. It was a beautiful epilogue, bro. Beautiful. Listen. Okay. Let's talk about what I did not like. Okay. I didn't like how Dimension X just looked like fucking Utah. You go into another universe, another planet, and it just looked like a dry Utah or Nevada. I didn't like that there were so many damn characters. But, like, it's... They fucked themselves in this one, bro. To fit... It should have been... like, the people complaining Vecna was... He died too easily. I don't think so. Vecna... They've been fighting Vecna since episode 7. How he died... I thought the way... Listen, it wasn't just Elle. It, like, everything was gonna go to shit. It was okay. The kids peppering them with the flamethrower and stuff. We know heat, right? They don't like heat. But, you know, you got Dustin and freaking Steve, you know, for Eddie stabbing the freaking mind flayer. And it's like, you're just tickling that motherfucker, dude. But, you know, obviously Elle in there doing work. And again, if it wasn't for Will, right? Will, if it wasn't for Will being able to control, stop the little choke or whatever that was about to basically kill 11. And then, I mean, of all people, Joey's putting the finishing touch. I thought it was cool when she was beheading the dude. It turned to every character, and they were all, you know, Holly's trauma, right? Holly's remembering the time where, a day or two before, where freaking Karen was getting mauled by the Demogorgon. Jonathan was looking back at the time where they had to freaking basically put heating ovens on Will. Will's remembering like him in the shack being abducted, and everyone's going through their thing. One thing though, when Vecna was the whole being stabbed in the back with a tooth, yeah, it is what it is, bro. Dude, we're watching a fantasy show, okay? At the end of the day, this is a story about it's a coming of age story, dude. It's a coming of age story. Like, you can, it's seeing all this conform gate stuff is again, it's coping. It's people who did not like the ending. And this is why it's just a perfect ending, because even though I think it's like a cheap ending, you know, ending it like the Inception ways where you know, it's kind of like the game Dungeons and Dragons. You can use your imagination. It's open-ended. You can believe whatever you want to believe. And, I think they did the safe route, the safe way there. But again, like, look at all the commotion. Like, look at everyone talking about it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's pretty marketing genius, bro. I'm doing good, brother. How you doing, Jake? You got better news coming your way. Why people want another episode is because people sad the series has gone. And yes, dude, I felt it, man. Like, it was a weird feeling, bro. Like, I felt off the last couple days. Like, I felt like a chapter in my personal life was ending, bro. Like, it felt weird. Like I don't know how these people, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I was a Game of Thrones fan, and that ending sucked. Dexter, even though Dexter kind of revived itself, that ending sucked. Sons of Anarchy, I thought that ending was kind of blah. The only long, good series ending that really stuck was Breaking Bad. And even Stranger Things had its iffy moments. But at the end of the day, that last scene put that stamp down, bro. They stuck the landing. For me. Yeah, fair. Too many characters to follow. Way too many characters. I would say that they should have just done 10-second CGI of Mind Flayer, combining all the demos to form its physical form. It's easy to assume how it worked. Yeah, that was a complaint. You know, where's all the demo dogs? Where's all the Demogorgons? They're in this Planet X, you know? Where'd they go? You know, there's a lot, I don't know, it's not the writing, bro. It's just a lot of plot holes. And I can't believe the Duffer Brothers are getting so much shit about this show, about the finale, bro. Like, people are just like, I mean, we're at that age, bro, where everyone is pissed off, dude. And again, I see it's the younger crowd who are like really, really angry. And this is life, man. Things aren't going to go your way. You can choose to be pouty, or you can choose to enjoy it as it is, brother. I vibe, bro. It is what it is. You cannot change it. You cannot change it. And I'm grateful that they did a good job, bro. They did a good job. Like, I'm fucking rewatching the whole series again, and I'm just like, oh, it's all the little back and forth. Like if you watch the finale again and again, dude, then you know when was the last time Elle talks to Hopper, and you really pay attention to that dialogue. And when you look, when Elle is telling Hopper, like, you were my dad, bro, like you gave me shelter or whatever, you can like almost tell in Hopper's face, bro, that I have to like, you could tell like he knew this is gonna be the last time he's gonna see her, that he has to let her go. Again, Vecna was prying on fear, and the way he got into Hopper was he was fearful, right? He was holding on to Sarah. He was holding on to Elle, and he had to learn to let go. But yeah, you start paying attention, bro. Oh my God, dude. You watch the finale where, dude, Purple Rain, bro. Fucking classic, dude. You know, you got Elle and Mike's dialogue. And that was beautiful, man. And then you hear, dude, Hopper's reaction, watching the cast reaction. And Mike just screaming L, like fucking like death, bro. Mike, Finn Wolfhard or whatever, he nailed that performance, dude. The way he was screaming that, and then it cuts to the record triggering the explosion, the beautiful CGI, and then everything fucking cuts, and then it's like slow motion, and it goes to Hopper, and it goes to freaking Mike just screaming, bro. It was great. It was freaking great, man. What's up, Ninja? Happy Hump Day. How you doing, Ninja? How you doing, Ninja? Ninja, have you learned? Well, she was angry at first too. I was too, man. I didn't really get the complete picture after the first go around, dude. I like the Joyce kill. It was a cool decision. Absolutely. I think she's been the one that's been fucked in the head so much, but she got a happy ending, bro. I'm glad Hopper and her got a happy ending. Again, Mike is the one that gets screwed. I mean, dude, everyone leaves basically. Steve is the only one I know that stays. And he becomes a teacher, a baseball coach. You know, the whole series he's complaining about babysitting. And now his arc is he's a teacher for kids. So that's cool. I am the true Canadian. No, it's a lie. Lie, Destin. 11 dice again. Yeah, there's the whole dice thing. Eddie was playing Vecna and wasn't enough to kill him. Then Eddie says everyone's thought he was dead. Vecna lives. Yeah, that was the theory. That everything we saw was an illusion. It was Vecna's illusion. Because there were so many plot holes. There were so many plot holes. This can't be real. This can't be real. And there's no secret episode. It's done. And I'm done PMSing about the finale and happy about the closing. Now, granted, there was inconsistencies, but it was still a great ending. Hit me right in. The Caitlyn Jenners. It did. It did. It is what it is. And yes, the end stinks because the 80s and 90s babies got to relive those childhood memories again with the nostalgia. When the times had no cell phones or high-tech devices. It was about living in the moment. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it affected because, dude, I remember the first season. I remember watching the second season and where I was in life. I remember watching the third season. I remember, dude, when the fourth season hit, I was in a bad place in life. I was hating it. I was going through it. So it's like, I don't think we're attached to like the characters. We're just attached to the comfort of knowing that, I don't know, it's a weird feeling, dude. it's a weird feeling. When it ended, like the last couple days, I was like, the 2 days after, I'm like, why does it feel like I just like a girl did, like I just broke up with a girl, or a girl just broke up with me? Like, why do I feel that off? Knowing that, is it because it's over, or is there something like, what fucking psychological fuck up was that, man? What's up, Jimmy? How you doing, brother? I probably missed it, but what was your favorite season, Chris? The first season, bro. The first season was perfect. The first 2 seasons, the lighting, the cinematography was the same. The first season was my favorite. And then after 3, dude, on season 3, they got the money, bro. The show was a fucking world phenomenal. And they got the budget. You see the more CGI. But I enjoyed them all. I mean, like, after the finale, I said I enjoyed season 2 the least, but I'm on season 2 right now on another rewatch, and I'm like, bro, it's so good, dude. It's dark. The first 2 seasons are darker, I think, but the first season, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I could understand not enjoying the plot holes, but it's not that deep. Exactly. It's not that deep. And the way they were going with this conformity thing, dude, was so fun to watch. Because I knew there was going to be no new episode. Because people can't accept it, bro. And they're in their own... They're all Joyce right now, bro. Which would have made an actual other episode fucking... Imagine if they actually would have came out with another episode. That would have been next level, dude. Some mass psychosis type shit. But they're coping, dude. This is how they cope. And guess what? They'll say, people are going to say, oh no, it's next Wednesday, or it's next. It's like Hopper and Mike's dialogue in that park bench in the end was perfect, bro. You just got to believe, brother. There's nothing you can do. I never understood it. The only thing I did not like about the ending is Mike's relationship with Eleven had no connection. Max and Lucas had better connection with one another as characters, but Mike and Elle, yeah. Well, Mike was basically separated from Elle the whole time besides season 3. And even season 3, Hopper kind of disconnected that, you know. But yeah, I mean, you can tell. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was the acting on that part, but Max and Lucas is the actors did great, man. They did great. Season 4, Eddie's Dustin, Mike, Erica joined Eddie's campaign. Eddie was Eddie was playing Vecna, and Dustin hit on 11 of the dice, but it wasn't enough to kill him. Joyce also hit him 11 times. So it means Vecna lives. You see, dude, you're coping, bro. Listen, man, I can turn anything. Oh my God, there's 2 water bottles on my desk right now. That means in 2 days, I'm going to drink it. I mean, sometimes our minds play tricks on us, bro. And this fucking series, bro, should be studied. Being in its core from MK Ultra, right? Psychedelics and mind expansion. Like, we're all going crazy, bro. Okay, hey, Chris Kelly, it ain't, bro. There is no new episode, bro. There was never a new episode coming. But what ending do you guys like? Do you guys think she lives? I mean, again, they give you all the evidence, right? They'll play, Mike's vision. He projects Mike's vision, and yeah, it makes sense, right? People are like, well, how did Callie was able to project this and this? Elle's nose wasn't bleeding. she was an illusion. They had their sonic things on her. I mean, Callie could have projected the illusion that she was actually shot. She could maybe not even been shot and projected that to make Hopper believe. I don't know. But at the same time, like, if she truly is alive, then the threat is still there. The threat is still there. She carries the bloodline. I wanted to believe, but then I'm like, I wanted to believe. I want to, but I think if they would have definitively killed her off, it probably would have prevented a lot of these theories, because the theories they're never gonna end, bro. They're never gonna end, and it doesn't help that the community are making like AI stuff like crazy. It's okay, Atlanta. Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. So did I, Chris. It was a great freaking episode, dude. I wrote fucking notes like a... Dude. Again, Hop and... The dialogues, there was two main dialogues between Hop and Elle that were great. You know, where Hop's telling her, you know, you were manipulated, you were attacked, you were abused. Like, you deserve to be happy. And that just makes, you know, the ending even sadder, you know? That scene where Vecna gets into Hopper's mind, it was awesome. Did you guys notice during that scene there was a canister of like herbicide? There was a scene in the previous season where Hopper was talking about how he was, I think it was Vietnam or what war, but he was talking about either cyanide or some poisoning that happened when he was in war. And that was the first thing that the camera showed when we knew that he was in Vecna's mind, was a big old canister of some like herbicide. And yeah, that was an awesome scene. And when she said, "Oh, you became my dad, bro," you can tell in Hopper's face, like, this is it. I can't change anything. And there was a lot of throwbacks. You know, I remember recalling where when Henry was chasing Derek and the kids to the cave, there was a quick scene, bro, where Henry was sprinting, and it was just like T2, bro. It was just like the Terminator movie where that cop was like identical, bro, identical. And right before Joyce, dude, another thing that caught my eye is right before when Joyce delivers the final blow, Vecna just looks at her, bro, and does this grunt, bro. That was creepy as shit. But I caught it. I'm like, okay, that's good. That was good. Was it Agent Orange? That's what it was. Yeah, cyanide. What's up, Pip? How you doing, man? Even though Eddie has such a short appearance for one season, the actor was phenomenal, to where he left as an icon. He portrayed the perfect 86 rock and roll nerd. Yeah, he did. He did. And a lot of people thought he was going to come back as a demon bat or whatever, but Eddie was him and Bob, bro. Bob was such an awesome character. He was a deep character. Bob was freaking amazing, actually. Sean Ashton did a good job. But with Eddie, you know, again, dude, Dustin's speech, the graduation speech, his valedictorian speech. He did everything that Eddie said during last season that he was going to do when he graduated. Get his diploma, flip him off. That was awesome. Beautiful. That's one of the things I liked about the finale. Karen looked jacked up, all scarred up, and at the end, it didn't appear she had her scars. You know, that's another little, like, what's going on? How do you, like, miss that? How do you miss that? In a way, dude, like some of these plot holes are somewhat to blame. Are somewhat to blame with this mass hysteria of people just trying to cope. But I accepted the ending. And I loved the ending. I love the ending. Could it have been better? Yes. But it is what it is, man. He talked about mixing barrels of Agent Orange during Vietnam. Yeah, all those little things, bro. I don't understand the theory about it all being a story written by Mike. At the end of the thing, there's that D&D book, right? A player's manual or whatever it was. But yeah, is that a theory going around that all this was just a story by Mike? Mrs. Wheeler has scars at the graduation. I know that has kind of been crushed, but I didn't get the theory. Here, let me play you one of these TikTok videos, guys. For those who are like, they're fucking hilarious, dude. They're fucking hilarious, dude. Here we go.
The Stranger Things finale was all fake, and the real finale releases on January 7th. Vecna 1, the Conformity Gate theory is real, and I have compiled 34 pieces of evidence to back this up. First reason is because everyone in the crowd at graduation is holding their hands like Henry, the same way Billy did when he was under his control. Apparently Steve is now a baseball coach, even though the only sport we ever saw him play was basketball. That's because in Vecna's memory, he sees Steve with a baseball bat. By the same logic, that's why Jim Hopper is now once again the chief of police, because that's Vecna's memory, even though he's killed about 100 soldiers and definitely shouldn't have that job. Nancy, Karen Wheeler, and a bunch of other characters all have the same hair as Henry Creel. And if you look in the background, a bunch of people in the crowd aren't even watching the ceremony, they're staring directly into the camera at us. We are in Hawkins, we are in the show. This cameraman has a camera pointed at us, and his shirt even says Duffers. Throughout the ceremony, behind every one of the main characters on their left shoulder, there's someone wearing the same glasses as Henry Creel. The same way that Henry was present over Will's shoulder in season 4. The same way behind all of the young kids, it says What's It in the basement at the end of the show. It's established in this season that the color grey equals a mistake in the memory, which would explain why Dustin's Hellfire shirt was grey, because it is a mistake in a memory and not the normal white and red. Also explains why the color of this dial changed. The original color was red, and in the fake memory it's once again grey, the fake memory color. All of the graduation robes were meant to be green, the color of the school, and we know this because Ted has the manual with the green cap right there.
It was green and orange
because that represents prisoners that are trapped. At the dinner scene in the end, singing the love song is Patty Newby. Who's that? It's Henry Creel's love interest from high school, who was in the stage play, which is canon to Stranger Things, and he's the only person that could know this. At the end of the show, Mike is a complete mirror of Henry Creel, the same position, same jawline, same
He's a
hair,
mirror of his dad.
The end of the show has the books lined up like this, but on social media it was posted like this. X a lie. Dimension X was all a lie. The ending of the show has Mike walking up the stairs and through the door, just like the ending of The Truman Show, which is a movie about viewers watching a fake reality. On a
I like
whiteboard
that. I like that theory
season,
right
they
there.
scribbled out Truman Show as inspiration, and if you look deeper into it, there's a lot of Truman Show parallels in this season. Behind the kids in the basement, there's a poster of The Thing, another piece of media all about fake reality. At the very end of the show, we see the book close and the number 7 on the dice. Last time they rolled a 7 was when they lost their first campaign in episode 1. Rolling a 7 means you lost. 7's an important number because that's how many days it was taken for Will to be found. 7 days after the season finale.
See how crazy? See how crazy all this sounds?
When Will is coming out, he said that he likes getting lost in the woods. He would never say that because the last time he got lost in the woods, he got abducted into the Upside Down. He also said he liked getting milkshakes at Melvald's. Melvald's in his time is a general store, but when Henry Creel was at school in the play, Melvald's done milkshake. This is Henry's memory again. Vicky does not exist in that epilogue. Why? Because Vecna never met Vicky. He doesn't even know who she is. Robin even says it on the radio right there. This is not the Hawkins she remembers and it feels different. Early in the epilogue, we see Karen Wheeler with her brand new scars, but then at the end she has no scars. There's so many inconsistencies. Max even makes a meta joke about the ending being stupid. At the end of every season in the credits, it pops up with the number, but it didn't in season 5. It's not the end. Even in the marketing for this torch, in Morse code it says Vecna lives, and in luminescent light it says Vecna lives. If you go on Netflix and you type in season 5 episode 9, it shows up Stranger Things. If you type in fake ending, it shows up Stranger Things, and if you type in Conformity Gate, it shows up Stranger Things. Someone had to make that all happen. And in an Instagram Q&A, the Duffers literally said they lied to us and there's one thing they can't talk about yet.
Son of a bitch, bro. Yeah. Sounds kind of crazy, right? Sounds like some like QAnon shit, dude. No, it's so the theory, there's another theory, right? That everything after when the upside down collapsed, that's all fake. Everyone died. So yeah, people, it's crazy how our minds play tricks on us, and we cope by giving it meaning or looking too far into things. Like, not everything has to have a meaning, right? What was that Troop meme? Sometimes life just fucking sucks, bro. But me, dude, I love the freaking ending. I think they did a great job, dude. But it's again, it's that Fight Club. It's that Fight Club. It's that Inception ending, bro. Again, being, tying it in with D&D and how you can make, use your imaginations and create scenarios, and them giving you evidence that she's alive and evidence that she's not alive, and let you, the viewer, determine however you want to end it. We don't like gray area, bro. We like black or white. We want definitive answers, right? It's funny, but it's all, dude, this whole week, dude, has been the cope, bro. The cope. And there's people who know it's not true that are like literally creating Photoshop things and egging the audience. But dude, it's gotten people talking about it like crazy. And the fact that we don't have a official answer from the Duffer Brothers, bro, that they just let it all happen, it's free publicity, bro. People are talking about a show that ended a week ago. It's pretty gnarly, man. Jesus versus Biden would be one hell of an ending. What the fuck? I wish Jesus was in the last episode, bro. This is great. Much love, Pip. People waited around today for this shit. I waited around for this shit, bro. I knew it wasn't going to happen, dude, but I knew I was going to go live. And, dude, I am 2 episodes. The new episode of freaking Fallout came out. I was supposed to do a watch party, but with this shit coming out, and I have been telling the Live Vibe I need to give my thoughts on the episode. Because when I left during the finale, I was like, all right. But now, after rewatching it multiple times, I thought it was great. I think they stuck the fucking landing, dude. I think I think Eleven's dead. I think it would be, I think if they would have not egged us on to believe she was alive, but because they did, this is what's causing all this shit, bro. But again, she needed to die she needed to die, bro. And it sucks. She had a horrible ending, but Mike has it worse, bro. He has to live with this shit. I think Mike has it worse than all. Yeah, Monday, I was thinking about it because I am obviously live streaming the Chargers game on Sunday, but Monday, dude, they're releasing the documentary, which will be awesome. Especially, I love behind the scenes work. I like how they set up sets and how they create a show, man. I think it'll be very interesting to watch, and I can't wait for that one. Toy Monoids. Stop it, Toy Monoids. What if it's 10:07? Watch this episode drop, dude. Watch it drop like while we're live right now. And I'm eating my fucking words. Listen, let's just say let's dive into this, bro. Okay, there's a new episode. What are you going to talk about, bro? You're going to reclose it again, bro? You know how many people are fucking are coping with the paid, bro? I've seen so many videos of people's reactions. They're just like devastated, crying. Like, there's nothing more you can do. I think if you do another, you're going to ruin this ending. I thought this ending was great. You started up on the board playing D&D. You finish it. You pass the baton. Will's face, his acting was great in that scene where he didn't have to say anything. It was just like him realizing, like, yeah, dude, this is the coming of age story. Them putting the books on them on the shelves has like so many meanings to it, bro. It's like, that's it, man. We're like never gonna be this close again. This is the end of the trauma. This is them growing up, going their separate ways. It was the best way, dude. I couldn't have thought of a better ending than that. Again, like, there's the tie-in, right? You know, with Dustin, you know, I'll give him a couple years where Nancy tells him they'll come around. Well, now they're fucking heroes, right? They're heroes. They, you know, save Hawkins or whatever. She wants to, you know, go to the party, whatever, and Mike's like, no, I got something better. Even after that one season where Will's like, you know, I want to play D&D. It's like, we're not kids anymore. We gotta have to grow up or whatever. And now, being the heroes that they are and staying true to themselves and not going out to party to play a game of D&D, I thought that was awesome. But that's funny though. What if it's 10:07? Tarsi, what if it drops at 10:07, bros? Each episode dropped at like 8 p.m. Eastern. It's 9:44 Eastern. Yeah, it will make no sense, dude. It will. What? So they can show Mike reuniting with Elle? Like, if they would have showed it, bro. They would have had a cutscene or something like that. And that's what I was waiting for, bro. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that cutscene after them credits, but no. And it was cool. It ended in the Wheeler's basement, bro. I thought it was a perfect ending. Mike didn't even get to cope a feel, poor guy. You never know. You never know. Again, even Elle in season 5 was away from Mike because she was in hiding. Mr. Boysenschen. The entertainment industry has imploded. Everything sucks now. You're right. Because there's never, ever going to be a show that's going to unite so many people together, dude. Fucking television sucks now, bro. It sucks. These new shows that Netflix pops up, they're fucking garbage. They're heartless, bro. There's no soul into them. There's no soul into them. And with AI, I mean, bro, they're really recreating Will's coming out scene in AI. And it looks freaking crazy. It looks crazy. AI is going to take over. That's why you have Warner Brothers, you know, what, Netflix is going to pay $82 billion. It's the film and entertainment industry is gonna explode, bro, and I hope it's for the better. With AI and stuff, like, what, true animation? Like, is there gonna be even any more animators anymore? Like, you have AI doing it all right now. The only good thing about AI that's in the movie industry that might be, you know, good is that we don't have to wait, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years for something new. The way things are, you just freaking input the script and do it all up, man. Alex, no, it was an illusion from Callie. It literally said that. Mike literally said that. And after he stated that, he said that he wants to believe. It's not a fact. It's not a fact, Alex. But if that is your truth, Alex, hell yes, bro. Hell yes, man. She lives, dude. That's the only good thing. I guess you can't prove anyone wrong. You can't prove that she's alive. You can't prove that she's dead, bro. So everyone's right. Everyone wins. Everyone gets a cookie. We're all good. My last chat disappeared. I think 11 is is gone because Hopper gave Mike that pep talk on the bench about accepting her death in his own way. Otherwise, it will consume him like it did Hopper. Ninja, absolutely. But Ninja, check this out. Imagine Hopper saying those exact words to you. To the viewer. Because that's how I took it. When Hopper was talking to Mike, he was talking to us, the audience. The same way how we think about however ending or whatever ending. It's the same thing. You can, you can either accept her death, otherwise it'll consume you. Nothing will ever be like Stranger Things. And we have to move on just like they all had to. But never let go of that feeling. Yeah, that's the cool thing, man. I mean, this show really, for me, it was obviously the nostalgia, tied in with the music, tied in with the score, tied into the nerdy shit that a lot of us liked growing up. Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, freaking Alien, freaking Terminator, everything. It was combined to one little, 5-season fucking show, dude. And it was amazing. There was a lot of good parts. There was a lot of bad parts. But I loved it, dude. And the universe, I know they got this animation thing going on, using different character voice actors and stuff like that. And yeah, that's cool and all, but let's see something else. Let's see something else with grown-ups. Let's see something else that's even darker, more horror, more adultish. Same vibes. I would love that. And again, it's never going to top Stranger Things, and that's, you got to accept it as its own entity. And this is what I think, with the power of the internet and theories and this and that, people already planned out what they wanted the finale to be like. People have all these, people flood their theories and then they start believing them, and then they're attached to those endings. And guess what? It played out nothing the way they thought it would. And now they're fucking angry. They're pissed. For what? For what? Max giving a whole ass speech before running to Lucas made my hype, but mad. That's the point. Run, Forrest, run. Yeah, I know. I think we were all screaming, fucking run, dude. Sure, he missed that opening a few times. Yeah, it's up to each one to believe what they want. That's the point. What's up, Archer? Hear me out. What if the documentary is actually like The Truman Show, and the characters weren't actually characters? The director is known for shows that blur the line between fiction and reality. Oh, fuck, bro. You mean a dream within a dream? No, I don't think it. Archer, hell yeah, brother. If you believe that, fuck yes, man. Vibe it out, brother. See it? We all create our own reality that we want to live in. And if Archer wants to believe that, there you go. It's true. Yeah, I'm really curious about the documentary. I'm stoked to watch it for sure. Let me see, where's my notes? I wrote some. Let's see. Yeah, the whole The rooftop scene wasn't, I mean, nowhere near the D&D scene, right? You got Steve being a teacher, or Jonathan is what, doing filmmaking. Robin's, I don't know, she's at some all-girl university. Nancy dropped out of what, Emerson or some shit, and took a job at the Herald. Shared trauma, all crying. I'm reading my notes here. Enzo, dude, that was cool. Finally, Enzo and Joyce got their Enzo date. And the place that Hopper was moving to, I guess, is the place where the story behind Stranger Things came about during those government testings. Rike Island, or whatever that was called, New York. What other notes? Yeah. I think I covered everything I needed to cover. Hey, what's up, Big Country? How you doing, man? Did Big Mike close the deal on 11 or not? I don't think he did, Big Country. I don't think he did. Or ever will, bro. What's up, Big Country? Hope you're doing well, brother. Miss you, man. Hey, Chris, let's go to Vegas. Me and my buddy were talking about that today. We were watching an old kids on our lunch break, and we have been fans for easily 13 years. Bro, I don't do that no more, bro. No, man. I mean, first off, I live in Florida now. I'm in Florida. I'm no longer in Cali. But I don't party like that no more. I'm old, man. The things I did in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yes, there's vlogs on the channel that people can watch, but no, that's the old Chris, man. That's the old Chris, dude. You would definitely want to go with old Chris, not new Chris, bro. No, I'm old, bro. Give me an Eddie. Give me on the slot machines. I'll have fun there. I'll have fun there. Now, there was plenty of these, man. There was plenty of unanswered questions. Vicky was answered, though. Someone mentioned Vicky earlier, and Robin, when she was talking on that rooftop, she mentioned something about her being not controlling, but she put other words that were like she was demanding or she was whatever. But Dr. Owens was a really big character that I liked. Even though, I mean, you can call him evil or whatever. I think he actually cared for the kids. But Dr. Owens, it was, Dr. K. What the fuck happened to Linda Hamilton? A lot of people were saying, hey, what? Hopper and Nancy just shoot up a whole military base. They get caught, and then 18 months later, they're all living their normal lives. Hopper's back into being a sheriff. Those are the plot holes, right? And I honestly believe there are some Duffer Brothers should point the blame for sure for this conformity shit, because there was a lot of plot holes in it, man. Jim, yeah, I know, brother. There is no episode 9. I know. What's in, bro? You know what's in? Oh, that Chris. I was like, okay, I'm coming to Vegas. Nah, dude. Vegas is different, bro. No one's going to Vegas nowadays, bro. Vegas is like, I mean, my dad just got back from Vegas, dude. But I've been seeing a lot of interesting videos from Vegas, seeing how resorts are upping their resorts fees, and it's the economy right now, bro. Everything's skyrocketed, dude. People are staying home. They're paying less. There's some crazy shit, bro. Today I turned on the fucking X, dude. There was, jeez, things are going down in Minnesota right now. I was like, what the hell? Do you think that when Mind Flayer dies, do you think 11 should lose the powers? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, one thing that wasn't explained was when Henry opened up that briefcase, there was a stone, right? The stone that had the power, right? It went in through him. That was another good scene. That kid, bro, when the cinematography for that scene where they're showing Henry as a kid full of blood, and that whatever darkness mind flare shit entered his cut, and the scientist said, you know, well, don't let the evil take over you, or like at an instant, fucking little Henry just goes fucking does his thing and eyes explode. That was pretty cool. No, but I don't know. I mean, again, it's when they're showing Elle, you know, it was all Mike's story, bro. Some guy made a funny comment. So Mike's memory when he's explaining the story, because remember how they cut a scene to 11 in Iceland? He's like, oh, so Mike pictured 11 without a bra. Like, damn. So Mike envisioned Millie walking around without a bra. I'm like, yeah, you did. Joel, don't be depressed. You should be happy, bro. That's when you got to think about all the good times, all the good scenes. It's like life, man. We always tend to focus on the negative. Whenever something bad happens, you're focusing on the negative. That's when you got to ground yourself. Show gratitude. Focus on the things that are good. And right now, a lot of people are thinking that, fuck, Elle's dead. Shit. Mike and Will never got to play hide the pee. And it's like, bro, it's not always going to go the way you want it to, man. But don't be depressed. Be happy, bro. She got her powers from Henry's blood when she was in the womb. Yeah, that's another thing. What happened to all the freaking pregno women that were in the army base, bro? Did they all blow up? Because they were in that... Yeah, they did. All those women, they were experimenting with Callie's blood. They were all pregnant. And they were in the hospital in the Upside Down. They're all dead. They're all gonzo, bro. I wish they would have given Erica a little bit of more story. I don't think there was any closure on her. I think Erica should have been playing D&D with the squad. But again, I think they just wanted to focus on the main characters. That's the thing about storytelling, bro. Like, I knew that, okay, they were about to go... First off, the beginning of the episode, they haven't even gone to Dimension X. They haven't even started fighting Vecna. And when you look at it, that's a 2-hour episode. Everyone knows that Vecna was going to be defeated, right? That's like a given. But I kind of knew that it's going to be choppy, bro. It's going to be choppy. And I'm glad they left more time in the end to close out the stories. I think they did it the best way possible. Did the pregnant ladies all die? Yeah, they did. They all died. What happened to the Byler's dog? What dog? What dog, Ninja? What happened to Byler's dog? What dog? I wish the final monster was the Thessalida Hydra instead of the bigger meat flayed. Meat flayed? Yeah. People were like, oh, the Mind Flayer was a lot smaller in season 3. But season 3, it wasn't the actual Mind Flayer. It was like, you remember, it was like all those dead bodies conjoined into one little mini Mind Flayer. The world is ending. Friends and family. Lots of people are already dead. You've seen pure evil. And the scariest thing in the entire show was Will saying he's gay. Gay will be such a shocker. It was bad timing. That was bad timing, bro. That was your favorite scene, right? Pikachu. Later, Pip. Do you think Mind Flayer's forehead Look like Will's kryptonite. Dude, I think I got a photo of that ninja. Oh, I deleted the screenshot. Dude, I took a screenshot of a meme like that. I thought that was hilarious. Oh, I still have this one, ninja. You know, Will's happy. You know, he's partying, partying up. I remember when the episode. What if Will's at a ninja? What if Will's at a gay bar? What if Will is Jeffrey Dahmer or was one of Jeffrey Dahmer's victims? This is what's creepy about AI, bro. It looks so real, bro. I meant the meat flare, but my iPad autocorrected. That's a Hydra. The three-headed dragon, yeah, mentioned in season 1. Yeah, I think they were. It was set up to be the mind flayer, dude. There was no way at the last episode they're like, oh, not the mind flayer. It's a three-headed fucking Drago. Yeah. I thought Mike and 11 was broken up before the finale. No, they weren't. No, they were not. No. I mean, how did season 4 end? No, they were together. They were together. Because you remember, you know, Mike screaming, I love you, in that float tank. Again, between episode 4 and 5, it was over a year, right? It was over a year. And they had the whole setup. That was the whole setup between Mike and Al, right? After all this is done, we're going to go to a place with 3 waterfalls. That's why he wasn't scared of the mind flare anymore. He did. The mind flare did look like a vagina, dude. Yeah, it did. It looked like a scary one. One that needed some antifungal shit on it. But yeah. I thought the 11 jump was pretty cringe into the mind flare. I thought it was pretty cringe. But it is what it is. But the fight being only 6 minutes in a 2-hour special was sad. Mike, or Robbie, I would rather have a longer closure than a longer battle, dude. To be honest with you. I mean, traditionally, right, the big boss fights in anything, video games, movies, it's always super long and dragged out. Yeah. But again, it's just like that's... For me, that wasn't Stranger Things. For me, it was just a group of kids going on adventures. Those were all little side quests, in my opinion. The character development was good. It was weird seeing Mike turn into his dad, though. You know, Dustin gives a speech about conformity, right? Fuck conformity. And yet, like, all the teenagers in the show end up getting these corporate type jobs. Mike's are right. Like, they're all conforming, bro. They all conformed. They all conformed. I just want to take some pictures. Who would you have chose to kill off? Any character would have been good to kill off for anything, as long as it was a deserving thing. When Steve fell off the antenna, I'm like, bro, this dude's not going to die. It cuts to black. He's not dead, bro. He's not going to be taken out by a fucking planet hitting a radio tower. He's going to die to save someone. Any noble death would have been, you know, yeah. But I don't think that's why people were so, 11, that's why I think 11 died, bro. Oliver, that would have been a great arc. That would have been a great arc for Will. Because you got Will, first one to be abductive, right? He created, I like that tie, not that tie-in, but I liked how Vecna's like, dude, you've been creating these fucking undergrounds the whole time, you know? But if Will, you know, the whole arc of him always being afraid, he was an easy target. And then he goes at the end not being afraid, facing them, and either sacrificing his life. I think that would have been more. I think that would have been more impactful than L. I think what made L's death so crazy is, dude, literally seeing Hopper's reaction and Mike screaming L's name. That was like, damn, dude. I felt that, dude. I felt that. And then you got Purple Rain in the background, bro. They fuck it out. It's a hook, line, and sinker, bro. That was a done deal. That was a done deal. His head looked like Arby Savage. It looks like some Black Forest ham, dude. I've seen the Broadway prequel twice and still not sure how it all started. Yeah, fucking fake country. I want to see the Broadway show. It's apparently Creel's backstory. They were just kept apart for most of season 4 and season 5. World War II military testing opened the portal originally, I guess. Somehow the guy had it in his suitcase. Weird. Stop it. You're using logic, big country. No, I know. I know. If 11 didn't die, the bloodline lives. What if Mike got her prego before leaving? If that happened, and now you got 2 in the bloodline out there. Oh, shit. Here we go. Well, she's dead, dude. Yeah. I don't know. Dude, this is the thing, bro. Like Stranger Things, the Duffer Brothers are going to come up with spin-offs, but it's never going to not even come close to Stranger Things. But these guys are leaving so much money behind, bro. So much money behind. They could be racking it in right now, dude. They should have just said there was going to be another season or something, bro. But there's not going to be another show that's going to create this much hype, dude. That's the thing. If you were someone who's never watched Stranger Things and you just, I don't know, just watch season, you wouldn't get it. I think the ending was made for people who really, you know, not saying old fans, but people who, I mean, dude, after every season, it was just like this, right? People are coming up with theories and more, but never like this. Like, I remember after the first season, people were predicting this and that. And second season, people were, bro, after season 4, it was just like, it was all Eddie Munson, right? It was just Eddie Munson. But after the first 3 episodes of this season, volume 1, bro, it was like I couldn't turn on anything without seeing a theory or you know, how good or how bad this was. And then that 1 week, dude, that 1 week from volume 2 to volume 1, because people did not like volume 2. I thought volume 2 was great. The coming out scene at the end was kind of cringe, but I thought it was there was so many good things that happened and so many things that were answered in that volume 2. And then it just went, bro. Then a week after, it's been even fucking crazier with this conformity gate shit. It's crazy. It's like, bro, an episode just isn't gonna pop up without being marketed. Like, if you really got a fake finale, then the hype, fucking everything would have been plastered everywhere because you want as many eyes on Netflix. You want people to plan their days around a fucking episode that costs $40 million to make. You know what I mean? And I knew it. People were hurting. People were pissed. People were, you know, trying to find something to hate on. Oh, they gave the Duffer Brothers so much shit, bro. Bro, those guys are legends, dude. They created Stranger Things, man. Why does Will have to be gay? Where he can't just be straight? Maybe the 9th episode is actually going to come out. And Will was never gay. Vecna planted all that in our minds. Dead. The end. Chase, Lonnie called Will for being gay from the get. Yeah. Oh, dude. When was that storyline pushed? Season 4, huh? Will being gay was season 4? I mean, it was the second season where Mike tells Will, it's not my fault you don't like girls. But that was just because Mike had a crush or some shit, right? I think it all started with the painting, bro. It all started with the painting in season 4. Someone said originally Stranger Things was supposed to be like Twilight Zone, and there was multiple other Stranger Things stories. Yeah. Different parallel universes. I mean, there was the theory where the game where Derek was playing an NES game. Forgot what the NES game was called. But apparently in this NES game, once you beat the game, it's like, oh, it was all like a dream, or it was a whatever. Now you got to replay the whole game in a harder difficulty or some shit like that. First episode, Chase? It was supposed to be an entirely new story every season. I don't know. Like a Black Mirror? Bro, Black Mirror is awesome, dude. Kind of like, you know how, dude, are you thinking of like, what's that one show where it's like, it's a different season, different plot, but it's the same actors? What's that show called? It's a good show. I watched like 1 or 2 seasons. American Horror Story, I think it's called. It's an American Horror Story where it's like a new season, but the same characters. I think the guy who played Jeffrey Dahmer was in that show. The actor who played this guy. Why am I keep showing Will to Jeffrey Dahmer? That shit's been on there forever. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we didn't get any closure there, Oliver. Yeah, we didn't get... I mean, they were being parents. I mean, what happened to Dustin's mom, right? I mean, yeah, there was a scene of him taking pictures of him in his graduation stuff, but I mean, I'm not saying they're irrelevant characters, but again, dude, you got to pick and choose your battles. You got 2 hours to close everything. And the Duffer Brothers clearly stated that nothing was taken out of the finale. There wasn't any extra scenes that they took out, man. Yeah, Chase. Yeah. But, Chase, every kid in the 80s was called that word. Every kid. That was thrown out like any other word. I called my friends that word when I was a kid. I called my brothers that word when I was a kid. It's just... That's just how it was. But if maybe that was the first insinuation that maybe, yeah. Yes, American Horror Story. Dipshit Derek is my favorite. Need a Derek t-shirt with him flipping you off on it. I know, dude. There was a good line in dude, the scene in the finale, Big Country, when they were taking those tentacles off the kid's mouth. Derek is just like in a daze, and Steve does a very masculine thing to do, and he goes, "You're safe, dude. Like, you're safe." And you can just see like how happy Derek's, like the fact that he's safe, that he just fucking hugs Steve. That was a cool little scene. That was a cool scene. The way he hugs Steve and he's all like with a smile. It's like, oh, little fucking Derek, delightful Derek. I love that word. Miss it. I know, Ninja. It just rolls off the bottom of your lip. Dude, Derek said he said a line. Was Lonnie one of the... Yeah, I don't know what... I'm assuming Lonnie is One of the sheriff deputies, right? It was Lonnie and then the other dude. Yeah, because Lonnie ended up becoming sheriff, I think. Yeah, what happened to him? I don't know. I really wish Erica would have had a bigger role. I really like Erica. I like her. Her boldness. Let me see my notes here. Bro, you guys gotta see. These notes are like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills with this. Prince, Derek, wait a will. I thought that was cool that Lucas saved Dustin. Dustin was about to get smashed up by the Mind Flayer, and Lucas saved him. He rolled. I caught that. Yeah, and then, dude, the guy who played Vecna, bro, Jamie Campbell, whatever, he had to play essentially like, he had to play Vecna. He had to play Mr. Whatsit, who was just like this nice dude. He had to play one, right, with that white getup, like a psycho killer. He played a bunch of characters, but dude, he nailed it. When you talk about a villain, like Vecna's only 2 seasons, right? Yeah, season 3 was the Mind Flayer. Yeah, I think he did great, dude. His acting was really good. And when he said that line, what did I write down? I chose to join it. We are one. Like he knew it was bad, but I wouldn't say it's kind of like a Darth Vader thing, but dude, awesome. I thought Lonnie was the deadbeat dad. Was it? Lonnie? Yeah, Chase confirms. Oh, Lonnie. Yeah, who was the there was the black, it was Hopper. He had that black sheriff, the black deputy, and then the white dorky deputy. And in season 4, when Hopper was presumed dead, who was that guy? The black dude ends up becoming the sheriff. But yeah, we never got anything. They weren't at all in season 5. They weren't. I didn't see them at all in season 5. But yeah, Lonnie was a deadbeat dad. But Lonnie was only the deadbeat dad for 1 season, right? I don't think we don't see him at all. He was just there for season 1. Joyce told him to get fucked. The crazy Russian pilot was my favorite character too. Yeah, that was the thing. I was a kid in the 80s. I was born in 82. The show started in 85, but I don't remember as a kid, being fearful of Russia. Maybe not as a kid, but Russia has always been, not doomed, but it was projected to us as bad. You know what I mean? So the series kind of took a little bit of a turn, where season 1 and 2 was just like in Hawkins, Will's fucking, what is this? You're figuring out what's this Mind Flayer Vecna shit. And then you got 3 and 4, which was very Russian. The Soviets. The opening was to fucking Russia, right? Season 3 and 4 was Russia, and then done. Russia no more. And then it's just Vecna, Mind Flayer. So yeah, but the Russian stuff, dude, I love season 3, bro. Love the arcade. Not the arcade. I love the mall, because I remember as a kid, malls were hangouts. I love the vibe. It was funny. It wasn't as serious, but Again, the most serious stuff in season 3 was, well, what was it? I love the fireworks, the fair. It gave very Sandlot vibes because it happened around 4th of July. Season 4 was, dude, season 4 was dope. Like Big Country said, that crazy fucking pilot. I wonder whatever happened to him. And the other guy was a really good actor, dude. Was a really good actor. The guy that saved Hopper, the guard. But the Demogorgon fighting the prisoners in season 4 was amazing. The Demogorgon in season 5, the Demogorgons in season 5 in the military base scenes was amazing. I think one of the best scenes came from season 5 when Will's controlling Vecna and Vecna turns and tells Max to run, and the look, like, I can't show it here. I have a clip here, but this scene was probably one of the craziest shits ever, bro. This was just, I can't play the audio for a copyright shit, but dude, you need to run. Dude, that face is so creepy, dude. This is one of the sickest villains, bro. Because again, it has that Freddy Krueger, right? Fear, mind shit, but this with the eyes when he's screaming run, that was like, that felt like an 80s 90s horror movie type of like poltergeist, like just creepy stuff. I'm rewatching the Stranger Things series too, and we'll rewatch the It movies as well. Yeah, I watched the first couple episodes of the Dairy Show, and it was good. That first episode was crazy, dude. That first episode, the ending of the first episode was nuts. And then I watched, and then it kind of started going and tampering off the side. But I gotta finish that. You can tell they were trying to go for these Stranger Things vibes, but it was more horrifying. That's what I liked about that Dairy Show. I have to finish that up. But also, guys, here on the Live Vibe, I think next week, bro, we're just gonna watch back-to-back episodes of Fallout, because the episode 4 dropped today, and I'm staying away from spoilers and all that shit. But playoffs are happening, baby. I gotta get to the playoffs, and then I wanna, again, Dead City 2, Walking Dead, bro, came out on Netflix, 2nd season. I watched the 1st season. I thought it was great, and I want to vibe on the Live Vibe with you guys and watch that as well. What cities where they're supposed to meet up once a month? Hawkins. In the show, it's Hawkins, Indiana. Because they're all going like up north, bro. Going like fucking New York, they're going to the cities. But Hawkins, Indiana. The show is filmed in Georgia, but it's supposed to take place in Indiana. They mentioned something about, oh, yes. No, you're right. It was Pennsylvania. Something Robin said his uncle has something there. They can meet there. But that's not going to happen. You guys, when you're kids, you promise, And that's the thing about Stranger Things, which is why when it ended, you felt so lost. Because we all of us, just remember the last time you and your squad was in a Xbox or PlayStation party. And you never know when was the last time you guys are all going to be together to play. And all of a sudden, we all grow older, grow in separate ways. We all still might play, right? You play and you look through your friends list and you see gamer tags and people that are, haven't been online for 10 years, 6 years. And you're just like, man, did they die? Are they still alive? Your childhood friends, your best friends. And then you go to college and then you separate. It's like, it's all that. So when the series ended, bro, I felt that funk, bro. Because I remember obviously watching all the seasons, and I remember where I was in life and what I was feeling, and it was quote unquote this freaking Gen Z. It was it was a form of a safe space. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people, including myself, where starting a new show seems like, fuck, you gotta focus, you gotta pay attention to every little thing, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. That a lot of the times I'll just replay a really good series. That's why I watched Fallout Season 1 like a crazy amount of times. That's why if I were to pick a series that I've watched over and over and over, like the most I've ever seen, well, back in the day I was Married with Children, but it's going to be Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers was like my comfort show. For some fucking reason, it was a show about, if you haven't seen Band of Brothers, watch it. It's amazing. But yeah, and that's how it was with Stranger Things. And then the fact that there ain't shit being made nowadays, it's worth talking about. I like season 3. I like season 3. I love Billy's arc, not arc, but I like Billy. Billy just played such a badass character, bro. Billy was bitching. Billy was awesome, dude. He was a dickhead. I hated that dude, but that's when you know the actor's a good dude. He was not. That's right. He told fucking Henry to suck a fat one, bro. He's like, suck a fat one. You guys, I gotta grab a water bottle really quick. BRB. I need another water. Yeah, guys. Any lasting words here before I log off? It was a good vibe, man. I felt like I said everything that needed to be said. It's the best show fucking ever. Maybe I get on Monday. Maybe I do a little watch party of the documentary. But Stranger Things is over, dudes. It's fucking over, bro. It's over, man. It was a great run. Why was Ted Wheeler never spoken about? I thought Ted Wheeler and Ted Wheeler, Mr. Clark were going to defeat Vecna. That was my theory going into the finale. Robbie says, why was Ted Wheeler never spoken about? I mean, Karen and Ted both got hit by the demo. But no one ever asked about Ted. Yeah. Bro, we didn't see fucking Ted till it was the graduation, dude. You know where Ted was, bro? He was fucking too busy filming Target commercials. Jeez, I saw him all these Target that's where he was, bro. I watch Band of Brothers every winter. Has to be cold. So you feel the dude. Battle Bastogne, bro. Yes, dude. Yes, absolutely. That's probably, yeah, dude. Yeah. That episode was the best, bro. Getting sent in there with no ammo, bro. Hell no. Hell no, bro. Where was Billy's mom? Yeah, people were saying, where was Max's mom? What happened to Max's mom? Apparently she came out on Twitter saying that they actually filmed something, but nothing came of it, which is weird because apparently nothing got cut from the finale. Yeah, there's a lot of what ifs and there's a lot of plot holes, but dude, somebody can nitpick. I can tell you everything I'm doing in life is perfectly right. But any rando can nitpick and be like, all right, you're doing that wrong. You should do this. You should do that. Bro, the show has gone on for some time that you can dissect every little thing. And we shouldn't have these questions. In episode 7, where Robin Shock Jock, she's turning that dial, was red and now it's gray, right? Karen's scars, the Under Armour sleeve shit. There was a lot of laziness that went into it. Not laziness, but people weren't fucking paying attention. And the Duffer Brothers do deserve some heat, but they don't deserve the fucking hate that they're getting now. Take care, brother. Take care, guys. All right, guys. That is it. those are my thoughts on Stranger Things. The Conformity Gate was just a way for people to cope. Everyone turned it, not everyone, but the people who really thought there was going to be an episode turned it to Joyce. And accept the fact, the cool thing about it is that you can, whatever ending you want it to be, bro. You're the dungeon master. You decide how you want it to end. However best fits your narrative, man, your story. Other than that, guys, I love you all. Thank you for vibing. If you haven't done so already, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Like the video on your way out, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless. Peace.